Hello there, RCW Universe. We are here for the first ever RCW Podcast with Hardcore Jasker and Nikki Blade. The main reason why we're doing this is because we haven't really had anything to fill out the channel, and that's not to our fault of our own. It's a little thing called Canadian Winter. So, today what's on the menu, if you want to call it that?
Yeah, no, I think that.
Today on the menu we're going to talk about like how we got into wrestling, how RCW was the mind child of me and this guy. And maybe we'll get into some Mania predictions.
Let's do that for sure.
And let you know some upcoming dates for our shows and what we have planned. Alright, you want to start off or?
Well, how about...
or we can do this back and forth, like it's completely up to you.
I think I could start by saying how we met and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So, I grew up in a little town. It's not really big. Rexton there, which is where our shows take place, by the way. It's still in here. Ring's just in the back of my house. But
snowed in.
Snowed in, yeah. Because but F winter. But anyways, basically, I started off in French school throughout up to 9th grade, and then I went into English school in grade 10, and that's where I met Hardcore Jasker here. Do you want to reveal your real name, or?
Shh. We get that.
Anyways, I was when I started at the English school, I didn't know anybody really. Just I was the new kid there, same old classic new kid mostly, and this one here seemed pretty tough at first. They're kind of intimidating a little bit. Didn't know what to expect from him until I actually sat down and met him, and then I'm like, this guy's pretty cool. But what made me actually want to talk to you is I seen that you had an interest, same thing as me, and I seen you wearing your WrestleMania hoodies, and I think this is how the conversation started. I'm like, oh man, you went to WrestleMania? And I didn't, and then you were like, no. Just like straight up, no. So, that's...
I have money. Bought it online. I watched it, but like...
I mean,
it's like I was really there.
Yeah, no, I think it was the WrestleMania 32 hoodie, yeah. And I think it said, didn't it say though, I was at WrestleMania 32 on the back? Because I know they sell some of those too.
Yeah, no, that wasn't one of them.
Okay. Anyways, no, I just saw his WrestleMania hoodie and I decided to ask him. And then I think we just started talking about how we were dissing Monday Night Raw on SmackDown. But
this was like pre-brand split or like infancy of the brand split, I do believe.
Yeah, no, I still don't. Whatever. I don't watch it as much as I used to, for sure. I mean, I just like doing my own storylines and stuff like that.
It's on stale.
Yeah. So basically, we were just talking about. We were basically complaining about it, but but now no, we don't have a problem. It's not that we have a problem with it. It's just we're just not a big fan of what they're doing right now.
New draft might shake things up a little bit.
Yeah, personally. But no, so anyways, I had the ring in the back of my yard. Well, do you want me to start on saying like how I started getting wrestling rings just randomly?
Yeah.
Okay. So, it started, I think I was if I'm not mistaken, I was in 3rd grade possibly. My grandfather, I kept bothering him for Christmas, you should build me a wrestling ring for Christmas, and I'm like, so what he did is he went out in his yard at his house, set up these plastic road cones, and tied just this, the brown string that you can buy at like a Dollar Tree or something.
Yeah.
Dollar store.
Yeah.
Dollar Tree, isn't that USA?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn it.
Or it's like a money thing in Canada somewhere.
Dollar Tree, sell Christmas trees. Anyways,
there we go.
Pop for a Christmas tree. No, anyways, we spray painted those cones, and we added the brown string around there, and that was it. Basically, we were wrestling in the grass and stuff like that. The appropriate grass, not the bad one. But
Or both.
or both. So basically, after that just got ruined really easily. You could probably tell by the way it was built.
Yeah.
So then,
Well, that's just something to entertain yourself.
so one Christmas morning, I opened up this envelope and it said, "The big gift, I think, is in the room downstairs in the basement." And I walk in there and it's a kid-sized wrestling ring that you can actually get into and jump around in. And it was about like maybe that high from the ground there. It was pretty decent size, and then that one eventually got used out because I was in it every day before school, waiting for the bus outside the window. Sometimes I missed the bus because I was too concentrated on the ring. So then after that, I moved out to the backyard. I had a trampoline ring. Then I got sick of that. I'm like, nope, trampoline rings are done. We built this one out here, but I've always wanted to start a wrestling company. So I've always been doing wrestling shows. I've always want to. And basically, when I started this company called BWF. And I'm not going to name any names, but the people who were part of this company, we weren't professional at all, okay? And it was nothing there. They were wrestling in a bag ring. They couldn't even take bumps. It was nothing. And anyways, they wanted $300 each to do that backyard show with no audience,
And
filmed on a phone, filmed on a phone, filmed on a trampoline. So then they stabbed me in the back, and then that company was done. And really, I don't know. I love wrestling so much that I don't know what I could do if I didn't have that hobby. I also sing and play music and stuff, which that's how I make my money. But I'm not out there doing that for money. I'm doing it for fun. Like I'm not like, I respect you guys even doing this with me to give me something to do. You know what? Because other than that, I'd probably just be sitting on my ass crying and playing video games all day. But no, so yeah, no, I brought up, so I was at school one day sitting there with, we were talking about wrestling, and I just brought up, hey, look, dude, I was celebrating my 15th birthday. Yeah, I was 15.
Yes.
Yeah, 15th birthday. We were just having a couple of drinks out in the back there and stuff. And I'm like, hey, dude, you should come hit the wrestling ring at my birthday that I have out in the back. And basically, we did that. We had a couple intense matches. Our first ones. We didn't know how to work together. And then I think, basically after that, I just invited you over, and we were just like, we were sitting face to face in the ring, just on the ring canvas. Felt like a picnic. But no, we were talking. We just decided, you know what? Let's step up the game here, and let's put some shows. Let's talk to more guys at school, some of your friends at school, and see who'd do it. And then that's when Paul Roberts came in, and no, we had our first Backyard Mania 1, which was the first ever show, which you could see on our RCW channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, and yeah, no, there'll be a lot of more action. So I think I basically went into how I started. Do you want to just share with the people what made you want to do this?
So like I've been watching since as long as I can remember, early like John Cena days, right? So like I grew up when like John Cena was Dr. Thugonomics, so like back in the day when he was an actual heel, and I'd watch that and like how he just dissed everybody. I was like, my young mind was like, wow, this is pretty freaking cool. So as I grew up, I continued watching, always having like somewhat of a bias for Cena, considering I've pretty much since I've watched him growing up, he's one of those guys where I can't hate him now, even if he is technically now a part-timer. But I just can't hate him. Like, he's one of those guys who, he was the face of a company when there was no face of the company. Without him, in my mind at least, WWE wouldn't be what it is today. And I just realized that as I went on, because you had your Hulk Hogan in the 80s, 90s, you had Rock and Steve Austin. But once they kind of fizzled out, and everybody else started coming in, from I'm gonna say 99 to 2002, maybe even a little later, there was no face of that company, right? So it was hard to say what was gonna happen.
Sorry to interrupt, but my heroes there. I really what got me started to watch it was actually the people who are on TV right now. It's the Hardy Boys. They're the ones who got me kicking into it, and that's just great wrestling. John Cena's great and all, but I don't know. I'm more into the tag teams.
Yeah. And not only that, I think I do know the reason why you hate him, because he was way established while you were watching. So he was everywhere when you were watching. You if you would have started watching when he in his infancy, when he was still rising up the ranks, I think you'd have more, maybe not of a hatred, but
yeah.
You maybe you wouldn't call yourself a fan, but you wouldn't be it's John Cena kind of thing.
Yeah, no.
But and then watching that, and then I continue watching over and over, and then about 2007, 2008, when CM Punk made his debut for SmackDown.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I like this guy. I'm gonna continue watching, seeing what he can do. And I was right when CM Punk was getting big, I'd say. So and what I mean by when CM Punk broke the barrier, when you think about it, all of the hires, other than I'd say maybe Chris Jericho, your Rey Mysterios, or Chris Benoit's, you had your few exceptions, but most were bigger built, muscular men.
Yeah,
who would make,
for sure. Yeah.
Because Triple H had a stranglehold on the world champion from 2002 to 2005. So I think CM Punk kind of broke the barrier of what a wrestler could be, and that kind of opened WWE's eyes up. And as he performed one of WWE's few 5-star matches at Money in the Bank 2011 with John Cena, that is arguably one of my favorite wrestling matches of the 2010s for sure. I'd say it's high up there. Is there something that's topped it lately? I mean, I did enjoy the 5-on-3 handicap match, The Shield, with Kurt Angle versus Miz, The Bar, Braun Strowman, and Kane. I didn't mind that match. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, we're not picky, really. We just enjoy a good match.
If they can tell a story and actually make it look like they have good chemistry, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
You could throw James Ellsworth and AJ Styles together like they did several times, but if they can tell a good story, then
yeah, no.
I'm not gonna be what the hell's he in the ring with AJ Styles?
And another thing there, can I just say something?
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Roman Reigns, okay?
I don't think anybody is, really.
No, well, me personally, I'm not
It might have been the Shield, but that
the Shield is okay, but even when he was in the Shield, I'm not a big fan. But you gotta admit though that the guy does have talent.
Yeah, it's not that he hasn't paid his dues or whatever. It's that's not what anybody has against Roman Reigns.
No.
It's that the fact that WWE just wants to shove him down your throat. That's everybody's problem with him. If they would have just let him grow over the years like they did with Cena, I don't think anybody would have had much of a problem.
Yeah.
Or as big as a problem. The thing is they're pushed. You can tell it's Vince McMahon still pulling shots backstage when people like Roman Reigns are set to be the next big guy. When you got arguably better pure wrestling talent still on your roster.
Yeah.
You got AJ, you got your Rollinses. You got the cruiserweights. I mean, the cruiserweights won't be a face of the company, mind you, but
But Neville is talented. I don't know.
I think he'll come back now that Enzo's kind of gone. Good job, Enzo. I mean, I'm not critiquing Enzo Amore for the simple fact that 99. There's been like proof that the chick was lying about what she said, so I'm completely not faulting Enzo here whatsoever. Like, yeah, I lost a little bit of respect when I first heard it. I was like, oh, great, good going, you dumb fuck. But like, as I read into the story more and how people are saying that she was just lying to get attention, and like they were showing proof.
Yeah, no, that's
like as the proof started coming out.
That's stupid. They're just doing that for attention and money and stuff like that. No, he's a rich man, dude.
Like he lost his job over something that may or may not have happened.
Exactly. Well, there it is. So
now, if it happened, then yeah, WWE was right to terminate him. But if it didn't, well, technically he could sue them for wrongful termination.
Yeah, possibly.
All depends if it's true or not, really.
So, I think, what time is it here? Maybe we should start getting into some pay-per-views and stuff like that.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
So we're hoping to get a return in April, providing the weather can kind of like.
We're in Canada, guys.
Yeah, that we can't help it.
Canada, New Brunswick.
Like if by April 30th, if most of the snow is gone, we're gonna try to.
Yeah, we'll try our best to get back as soon as possible, as soon as we wipe that.
A majority or all the snow is gone.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, the first show may not have an audience, whereas we still have a little bit of snow.
Yeah.
But
I could tell you guys that the two pay-per-views there that I'm so hyped for is the Royal Rumble, which you and me are in there, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh man. But
it's coming. It's coming.
I think I might just maybe use a strategy to get you over the top rope there.
Good luck with that. Like, this is kind of like our road to our WrestleMania coming right back. We're getting right back into it. We're not delaying anything.
Backyard Mania, yeah.
We ain't delaying anything. We're not gonna, because we're not on 12 months of the year where we can kind of delay. We want to get right back into it. We want to start hyping that. We're pretty much hyping it right now.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to hype it until it legitimately happens.
Yeah. No, Backyard Mania 2, guys. Man, we had Backyard Mania 1. The card was the first match, you versus Paul Roberts. How did you feel going into that match, by the way?
Well,
it was Paul got injured.
Yeah, well.
Sorry, Paul, for bringing that up.
I think what it was, I think I can almost pinpoint the exact location where he got injured. It was when we were going to do that suplex onto the board.
Yeah.
And the way he shifted, because I don't think he was purposely, not helping himself, but I don't think he knew. So, I kind of had to go in, pure strength mode, try to lift him, but, we both shifted, and I think that's what...
I don't agree with people saying that wrestling's fake. I don't agree with that at all. It's predetermined. It's not fake.
No, because...
Nothing... No.
What legitimately happened was that he bruised a rib or two. Yeah. I do believe. I don't know if he said he bruised or whatever, but
he injured himself. He was out for a couple months, for sure. Or
and he was it wasn't quite a year. It was.
When did he come back?
He came back to the tail end of the summer.
Domino Effect. We had that ladder match.
Yeah, that was kind of like his grand return, because he was debating on
return after a bruised rib ladder match.
But what it was, and we honestly do think he might have been debating on quitting after that.
Well, not quitting, he just didn't want to get hurt, but stuff like that.
But right now he's not with us right now, but
No. But we respect Paul. We're dude. Did you see the pop that he had at our Halloween Havoc? Or Massacre? Was it Massacre?
Massacre.
Massacre. Sorry, I got mixed up with WCW. Right.
Mind you, we only had a few clips of that with pictures because we were gonna fully record it, but then we didn't have a chance to. We completely forgot.
The show had to start. That was our fault, guys. But we'll be more responsible.
Yeah, within the upcoming pay-per-views, and I don't know. Me and Nikki, we were kind of talking this over here about maybe doing Backyard Mania live on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if we can't maybe play around with that. do it live. Like we're making this Mania like something big. Like what we want to do is kind of like instead of pre-show having matches, we were thinking of doing like a UFC style press conference. Get a few tables in the ring. Get a few like mics. Get a few mics. Get chairs and tables. Have everybody kind of sit in the ring in like formal / casual clothing, and just let them have a just like let the audience ask questions, kind of play off each other, have back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure, storylines and stuff like that. But no, Backyard Mania 2, what's the date for that? How about we share that with them and stuff like that? But we're gonna also try something new, guys. We didn't do this last year, but before Backyard Mania, we are gonna have a Backyard Mania 2 access where we put on games for the audience. You guys get to meet your favorite RCW superstars
and some of the new ones that we're bringing in. And
we got a whole new roster for you guys, and it's gonna be a fun time, guys. Stay tuned. Check out the channel, subscribe, and we'll really appreciate it.
Because I mean, we're just doing this just to kind of stay off the shoots from doing drugs, pretty much. Again, we could be doing a lot worse, so.
Yeah.
But on June 23rd, regarding it not rain or whatever, like depending on weather is going to play a big part in this, but on June 23rd at some time, we'll figure out a time from say like blah to blah.
But it is June 23rd for sure, guys. Like
again, unless like the weather doesn't cooperate, and we'll announce a reschedule.
For sure.
Worst case scenario, we might do it the Friday before Mania.
Yeah, we'll keep you guys in touch.
Yeah. So with it being pretty much Mania season for us and the WWE, but we'll talk about the WWE later. Again, like with us being in full swing for our Mania to come back, we're doing a pay-per-view in April, hopefully. And our big plan is to start doing bi-weekly shows like a Monday Night Raw. Instead of doing it like every week, we'll do it every second week. Just so we can tell a story. So like, say for example, the first Friday of like June or May, we'll start, because if the weather is good, we want to start them as soon as possible. So like if May can cooperate with us and be an actual decent month, we'll run 2 extra shows that will be like our Raw. Just so like, and it's basically going to be like few wrestling matches and promo time. That's really all it's going to be. It's going to be like a Raw. We'll have like promos and like a few matches.
Yeah.
And then hopefully by then we're in full swing, and then we can go May. We can do our Battle Royal Rumble thing.
Yeah, where the winner of the Royal Rumble becomes the new RCW champion. You need me to repeat that?
Yeah.
Alright, well, the winner of the Royal Rumble will become the new RCW champion. And there's also, there might be a little surprise at Backyard Mania that is not guaranteed yet, but
it's in the works.
It is.
Hopefully.
It is, for sure. There might be a new belt being revealed.
If it can come in on time.
If it can come in on time.
I mean, we still got, we're what, March, so we got April. Want to know something cool?
Something cool, guys.
Backyard Mania 2, June 30th.
June 30th, oh yeah, dig it.
We're probably going to be starting like, I think we're going to start like evening, so we still have like some natural sunlight / like dusk. We're probably going to start around dusk, so I'm going to say like 7:30, 8 o'clock will be the start time.
Probably.
As for the pre-show, we may or may not live stream the pre-show. I think we're going to try to, like just to see how the live stream will work before we actually do it with the Mania.
Yeah.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to live stream the pre-show, which will be like a press conference event where it'll be all the wrestlers in the ring, fans can ask questions to them, and yada yada yada.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, well, WWE WrestleMania.
April 8th, it's coming up, like really fast.
Alright.
So the first official match that may or may not be happening right now, it's not officially been announced, but it's what's most likely going to happen, is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Alright.
And he has a documentary coming up 2 days after Mania on HBO.
Oh, does he?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. April 10th.
Awesome.
On HBO.
Alright, so we can't really decide who wins that unless we just take it.
I'm going to say it's going to be a guy from NXT.
Yeah.
And I think who it could be, it's either going to be, regarding if they come up, it's going to be 3 people. On Adonis Cianomos, Adam Cole, baby, or Drew McIntyre.
Oh, okay.
That's who I think could maybe win the Andre.
You know
I
what?
think those would be the ones who benefit.
I'm gonna say one thing. If Drew McIntyre's in it, I'm gonna give it to him. If he's in it. Other than that, I don't really care.
If not, I think a person who could maybe use it is Rusev. In all honesty, if it's only a majority of Raw SmackDown, my favorite to win it is Rusev. Oh, by the way, happy Rusev Day.
Lana is the best. Lana number 1. Lana is the best. Lana number 1.
Okay, so we got the United States Championship of America. We got Randy Orton, the champion, facing Bobby Roode and Jinder Mahal. Who you got on this one?
Alright, so, oh my god. Is this title, what's the United States? Who is it right now?
Randy.
Randy? I honestly think that they're gonna give it to Bobby Roode.
I think Bobby Roode will re-win it, in all honesty, as well. I just can't. I can also see Jinder, but I'd rather Bobby.
I could see Randy somehow retaining.
I can see Jinder for the simple fact that they do seem keen on still keeping him like relevant after his WWE title run. So maybe give him the United States Championship. Actually, wait. Think about this though for a second. Just say, because on screen Jinder Mahal is a European, but in real life he's Canadian. No, he actually is.
Yeah.
What I think an angle they could do, say he wins at Mania, he ditches the United States Championship and brings back the European Championship. I could see him maybe doing that as an angle.
Yeah.
Like how Cody brought back the Classic Intercontinental.
Yeah.
I could see maybe Jinder Mahal bringing back the European.
That could be cool.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But my official pick is still Bobby. But
I want Bobby Roode.
Yeah, I still want the Glorious One to win as well. But
Glorious.
But if I won't mind Jinder Mahal if they maybe do that.
Okay.
Next up, we got Sasha Banks and Bayley for the 50 millionth time.
Ooh. Now, for this one, since I know I'm not really a fan of both of them, I'm just gonna go by the looks.
Nice.
I'm gonna go Sasha Banks, your boss.
I can't stand Sasha Banks. I can't really stand Bayley either, so this is I kind of don't give a shit match. But I'm also gonna say probably Sasha for the simple fact that for the simple fact that they're gonna try to maybe push her as a major heel, and I mean Bayley's just kind of been booed out of building after building lately, so
Bayley's a cartoon.
she is. She is at this point. She's a cartoon.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say that, but it's true. So
She's a Barbie.
I'm gonna say Sasha Banks.
Yeah, Sasha Banks.
But long term, Sasha Banks is probably doing much.
I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't care
I
about this
think we
match
skip it right now.
Yeah. Okay, so we got this is actually an interesting match, and now I actually think this could maybe be match of the night. We got the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, the New Day, and the Bludgeon Brothers. And if you don't know who the Bludgeon Brothers are, that's Luke Harper and Eric Rowan.
Yeah.
Who do you get?
See, it's a hard one to pick.
Fuck.
Yeah, see, it...
I'm gonna go with New Day.
I'm gonna say Bludgeon Brothers for the simple fact that, okay, if you watch Fastlane, you'll know what I'm talking
I
about.
didn't watch it.
So, at Fastlane, the Bludgeon Brothers interrupted, I'd say maybe 15 minutes into the match. They beat up all members of the New Day and both the Usos, to the point where on the following SmackDown, literally the only one from those two teams were, I think it was Jimmy Uso and Big E.
Yeah.
Only two that were there.
I don't really care for the Usos, so in this point.
I like the Usos better now than I did before, for the simple fact that they were basically just versions of, like, Rikishi. I mean, I guess you could still say they kind of are versions of Rikishi. But, like, they were like, great, all, oh, yeah, let's go, yeah, face paint, what's up, we're dudes, we're cool, you know? Oos, oh, you know, that kind of thing. And, I mean, I couldn't stand the Usos for, like, when they first started, I didn't mind them, and, like, as they continued, I didn't mind them, but it was around the time, like, I'd say they got, like, involved with, like, the Funkadactyls around that time, like Naomi. Like, when Naomi kind of started getting involved with them, that's when I just was like, these guys are stale.
Yeah, you know.
Like, they are right stale. They need either a gimmick change or, like, they need to turn. And when they turned out, it was an unexpected, welcomed thing, because, honestly, I'd be fine with that. But in all seriousness, I think it's going to be the Bludgeon Brothers for the simple fact that they're finally building Harper and Rowan to be these big, unstoppable men. So I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe walk out with the tag team champions. However, whoever wins this match, I'm happy with, because this match could possibly steal the show.
Alright, next one.
Next up, we got the Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax.
Alexa Bliss, for sure. She retains.
Now that she's not facing Asuka, I could maybe see her retaining. But I just don't think that Nia Jax would lose twice in a row at Mania.
Maybe not, but I gotta give it to Alexa Bliss. She's been a really good heel lately.
Yeah, no, she's definitely a good champion. She's arguably the best women's champion Raw's had in a while.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That isn't stale.
Her promo at Elimination Chamber, man.
Yeah. Like, and then her calling out Asuka, how she was like, "Oh, Asuka, you can't handle Alexa," like that. That was pretty
Man,
good.
she's a good crier. Holy Christ.
Trained herself well. But, like, the thing is, though, that, like, what I think about this is, no matter what, who wins this match, it's not going to ruin the real-life friendship between her and Jax. Because, I mean, you can tell that they're all buddy-buddy. And, like, in storyline, they're even all buddy-buddy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna still... I don't think Nia Jax would lose it, but I don't want Alexa Bliss to lose either. It's one of those matches where, like, statistically, it's not good for Nia, because, like, every time she's had a championship match, she's lost. Like, and to her credit, they've been all mostly multi-man matches, right? So, like, it's a 3-on-1 effect or a 2-on-1 effect.
They're not giving Nia much credit.
They aren't, because it's the same with all bigger men, like your Braun Strowmans, your Big Shows, your Mark Henrys, your Undertakers, your Kanes. It's how many ever men are in the match gang up on the one bigger person, just so they can eliminate them and hope for the best.
Yeah.
And I mean, I hate that, but I understand where they're coming from when they do that, because it doesn't make them look weak per se. Whereas one spear beats Braun Strowman. Fucking Roman, man. But, like, see, when they at least do that, it's not making them look weak, and it shows that, hey, it took, like, X amount of people to eliminate this bigger person. If anything, it helps build their credibility. But I also think it hurts them in the long run, because it's a loss is a loss.
Yeah, for sure. Alright.
Next up, we got Undertaker and John Cena.
Is that guaranteed?
I don't know if it is. It says he could be.
Give it to Taker, guys. Give it to Taker. He deserves it.
It's not only that, but, like, this is also one of those matches where I'm conflicted, because Taker lost last year to Roman Reigns, and
I was there live, guys. It was a pretty fun show.
Honestly, I was pissed off when I found out that was the main event.
Oh
I'm not gonna lie.
The show was good.
Yeah, no, it's not that show was bad or anything. It's that I think they picked the wrong main event. And Roman is arguably on foot to do what? His 4th straight main event? 31, 32, 33, 34. 4 main events.
In a row.
When was the last time somebody did that?
And if I'm not mistaken...
Especially at Mania.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, isn't it the winner of the Royal Rumble main
Should
event?
be in the
Yeah, no, but wasn't that Shinsuke? So, my main event there, if I was the one running WrestleMania this year, I would definitely put AJ versus Shinsuke.
I'd do that, or Alexa Bliss, or not Alexa Bliss, Charlotte or Asuka, considering Asuka also won the Royal Rumble.
That too.
But if your narrative here, because like where they're giving women more and more credibility, and previously known as the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal, it's not anymore. And that's going to be... I think Paige comes out of part-time retirement and wins it.
I don't have anything to say.
Now, for the 500,897th time, we got Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
Cruiserweight Championship, Cedric Alexander versus To Be Determined. I don't follow the Cruiserweights, so I don't know who's still in it. But if this man still is in it, I'm going to say it's going to be Cedric Alexander versus...
Is Aleister Black in
No, not right now, at least.
Okay.
If he's still in the tournament, I'm not sure. And comment down below if he is or isn't. But if he is, I'm going to say it's going to be Cedric versus Roderick Strong. And I want to give the victory to Roderick.
Same. I gotta go.
Okay, we got Braun Strowman versus The Bar for the Tag Team Championships.
Strowman.
Now, my only thing is, will he find a partner and team up with somebody to win it? Or will he kind of do he's the sole Tag Team champion kind of thing? Kind of like a Team Hell No, but with no partner.
Strowman don't need no partner, especially against Bart.
Like, if they do it, just don't make it a waste of your time. Maybe like in a cool, funny twist, do it like Elias. I wouldn't mind seeing those two team up.
Yeah.
Either way, I think the Bar is losing the Tag Team Championships if Braun Strowman stays in it. If he doesn't, then the Bar wins, depending who the team is. If it's not Braun Strowman, the Bar is going to win unless it's the Revival, then I want the Revival to win.
Yeah. No, sure.
So we got the Intercontinental Championship, The Miz, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor.
I'm excited for this one.
I'm going to say this right now. The Miz is gone after Mania because his baby is due 2 days before Mania. No, it actually is.
Yeah, I know.
So he's dropping the belt at Mania.
He'll win it again.
Yeah, he'll probably win it like when he comes back. But I'm going to say Miz is going to lose it, and we'll discuss Rollins and Balor later here. But like, Miz is definitely losing it so he can take like 2-3 months off to like, help with like Maurice and all that. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he came back around like Money in the Bank season if it's a Raw pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I could see like a June, July kind of return date for him. June, July, or August. I'm gonna say he returns in the summer months. So who do you got between Seth and Balor? Because it's obviously going to be one of those two winning it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Balor, but I kind of want to see Seth.
My only thing is, remember how Finn Balor was the first ever Universal Champion?
Yeah.
He never got a rematch, so like... Oh, how do you think that's going to play?
This is a tough one.
It is.
Because like... For the simple fact that you got Rollins, who's most likely probably going to win it, but then you got Finn, who could possibly be like the pay-per-view after Mania fighting for the Universal Champion. So if that is indeed the plan, I'm going to say Rollins wins this, but Balor will be facing whoever the champion is. Okay, let's face it, Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules or whatever the next pay-per-view is after Mania.
Yeah.
Now we got arguably probably going to be one of the best matches on the night, other than maybe AJ and Shinsuke. We got Asuka and Charlotte.
Woo! Yeah, no, Charlotte's the girl. She's mine. No.
I'm gonna say Asuka for the simple fact that I don't think the streak's gonna end yet.
Yeah.
I don't think the undefeated streak's gonna end. I think if somebody's gonna end it, it's gonna be.
Nothing against Asuka. I like Charlotte.
And it's not that I don't like Charlotte either. It's that I think they're saving like Asuka's first defeat for like somebody who they're trying to build as like credible. It's not gonna be like somebody like Naomi beating her. And I swear to God, WWE, if you make Naomi beat Asuka, I'm fucking killing you. I'm gonna like disown the WWE if it's Naomi. Anyway. Okay, so we're still doing our Mania 34 predictions, and we got a little bit about RCW here at the end. So we'll try to make these predictions as fast as we can so that we can do whatever it is we're doing.
Yepper.
Alright, so we got Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Stephanie McMahon and Triple H.
Triple H.
Are you ready? If not too bad, we're still making our prediction. Honestly, it will be a stupid payoff if Ronda and Kurt don't win. I agree. It's one of those matches where going into it, we already know who's going to win.
Yeah.
So we got AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
AJ Styles versus Shinsuke. Well, I gotta go with the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, just because he's been wrestling. Nothing against Shinsuke. Trust me, I love Shinsuke, but I gotta go with AJ Styles.
I am also gonna go with AJ for the simple fact that I do believe if John Cena were to ever win his 17th world champion, I feel like it'd be against AJ. So I'm gonna also go with AJ. And finally, we got the main event
of the evening.
The one everybody was waiting for. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Oh boy.
I seriously don't give a frig about this match, dude.
I don't either.
I don't really care. They're gonna give it to Roman.
It's obvious.
I'm gonna say it's also gonna go to Roman because I think that Brock Lesnar has re-expressed interest in going back to the UFC, so there's that, I guess. Now, for your regular scheduled RCW bullshit. Alright, so for real though, like, hey, buddy, old pal, what do you got there?
Well, Hardcore Jasker, just letting y'all know if y'all are interested in joining RCW, please message us on our Instagram, RCW Wrestling 2016. Just send us a private message, we'll get back to you, and we'll set up a meeting where you guys can come hit the wrestling ring, and you guys can become the new RCW World Heavyweight Champion if you got what it takes to face us. So, message us on Instagram, follow us, and send us a message. Do you agree with that?
I would have to agree with that. We want you. And if you don't feel like you can do what it takes in the ring, we need refs, we need commentators, we need so much that anything you're willing to offer will and can help.
Please, guys, we're asking for your help. If you guys want to join or interested, just come see us. Even if you guys come from the same school as us, even if we don't know who you are, and if you're not from the location, but you know what? At least give us a message and let us know that you're interested. It'll make us feel good about ourselves.
And we can set up a meeting, whether or not you want to get into the ring right away and you just want to set up a meeting with me. It'll most likely be me and Nikki here. We'll just sit down, we'll talk what you think you want to do, what you think you can do, and everybody is welcome. We do not discriminate. We want anybody who is willing to try.
Yeah, it's not like NXT where we pick the best ones out of the bunch there. If you want to join, you're in. Like, trust me.
And the only thing that we ask is that you make an effort to try to get better.
That's true. No fooling around. That's for damn sure. We had a guy there, not gonna name any names, but he wasn't taking shit seriously. He was ass on the curb.
Now, yes,
We do joke around in our pre-ring rituals and all that. That's fine as long as you're serious once you step into the ring.
Yeah,
That's all we ask.
a lot of people can get hurt. Like if you don't be careful with what you're doing, you can get hurt. It's a very dangerous sport, guys.
Yeah, just ask Paul. Sorry, Paul. Love you.
We love you, Paul.
We love you, Paul.
Too sweet, brother. All right.
Anyway, so with closing remarks, this has been the first ever RCW podcast. Thanks for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe. We will be definitely doing a second one. We just don't know when it will be, and we will hopefully try to get Paul Roberts involved with this.
And how about we get some of the newcomers as well? Comment in this comment section below if you want to see some of the new guys before they even debut.
We can set that up. We've been your hosts, Nikki and Jasker. Go follow that Instagram, leave a message, and hey, have a nice day. We are so fun-loving. We got a new outro for you.
Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but I know it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring on the strings, spring became the summer, but as I leave you come along.